Saturday night, no sermons, just ease. Discussions flow like midnight breeze. No prophets here, just minds to tease. We talk big bangs and evolution, question faith with our solution. Stars align in our confusion, breaking free from old illusion. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun and laugh at myth believers. Here we're all truth seekers. Open hearts and swift deceivers. Make your stand, no hidden levers. Raise your glass to reason's thrill. No ancient text, it's our own will. Debate till dawn, feel golden chill. Saturday night, we got the skill. Echoes of a godless choir, like the world that sparked the fire. Free our mindset to inspire. No holy walls to take us higher. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun and laugh at myth believers. Here we're all truth seekers.
I hope
Yo.
so. Hey, Mike. Hey, Scott. Hello, Brainless. And hello,
Hello,
everybody in the chat. How y'all doing? Yeah, we've got Mike advertising tomorrow. He's going to be doing a talk at 12 p.m. in the one true time zone.
Yep.
Make sure you check that out. Here's a link for it. Interesting fella tomorrow.
And we got to stop at 6 so we can go watch Austin Sims debate on orphan genes on Kentucky Joe's channel. Kentucky Atheist.
So Kentucky
Joe Atheist.
Kentucky Atheist.
Kentucky Joe Atheist. Yeah.
Mike's got it at 6 p.m., which is Central Time, not Eastern Time. So make sure you're keeping things straight. He's an hour off in that weird time zone. So
Hey, Dave, did you start up both a vertical and a horizontal screen?
yeah, I was talking about it before. I don't know how to do this thing. Brooklyn Lou didn't know how to do the thing the other day. We're just winging it. I have to read up on it. I just clicked choose vertical or horizontal, figuring it would have just picked one, but no, it picked both of them. So it put both streams up. So forgive me, StreamYard just threw this at us. No idea, no way to turn it on, off, or nothing. So I just didn't want to mess with it right before the stream. So we have both of them running. I've noticed a lot of other people have had both of them running too, because they don't know how to turn one on or turn one off. And I'm sure StreamYard's getting a whole bunch of messages saying, hey, what's this? And there's no button. And, okay, whatever. Right before the stream, though, it was not the time for me to mess with anything. I figured it would mess up the stream because I know if you do anything, it'll mess up the time. And so I didn't want to mess with it. So that's why both of them are up. So
On my
blame
phone,
StreamYard.
on my phone, all I'm getting is the normal, not flat Earth version. So I
didn't even pick the other version, so I don't know why it put the other version up. It's just I don't know. It's something they're trying out. They didn't forewarn you or anything. I've seen people, and everybody's got a dual stream running. because apparently it just does that, and people are going to be complaining, I'm sure, that they're having dual streams going without a choice. And so it'll sort itself out. Again, my apologies. It's StreamYard's fault. So there you go. That's why there's two of them running. And that's why you see two of them running on a lot of other people's things, because they don't know how to turn it on or off or toggle it or whatever either. So that's how it is. And but hey, I want to say hi to Gio. I got Gio real good. Clickbait got me. Hopefully people have seen that. Yeah, it is a clickbait title. Matt Mann is in here. Standard Deviation. Detroit Atheist Queen. Hello, good to see you.
Hello.
Eric Wander. Nerdy Rodent. Ember. Native Atheist. Chris. Sandals. Hello. We've got Fred in here. Druzilla in here.
Hey,
Jedi's in here. Windmill. And Katie's in here. And let's see. I think that's everybody. Not to mention people on the panel also dropping their comments. Hello, Pixie. Good to see you. Good evening. Yeah, I was just telling everybody, StreamYard's got something new with this dual screen thing and pick your screen. And I figured it had something to do with the phone. I was trying to help Brooklyn Lou out with it, but yeah, he was only getting views on the one thing, and on the other thing, only I had one person, so I was talking to them. I have no idea.
Oh wait, the views are even shared between the two, or aren't shared? They're separate.
I had like one person watching on Lou's other on his channel, which is why I started watching. But on the other stream, it had like 7 or 8 people. Yeah. So it wasn't splitting them up even. Hello, Gio. Good to see you.
Oh, wait.
I don't know what they're doing. The messages are on both.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They are in my studio, I should say.
In your studio, they're on both. But like,
yeah, and if I type
a split chat here,
if I type a message,
I don't see Gio.
If I type a message in StreamYard here, it shows it twice. It duplicates it. It's like, what the fuck did they do?
That's because if you type it in StreamYard, it posts it in both.
Oh my god!
So then it gets StreamYard also reads it twice.
That's why I didn't mess with it. And right before the stream, I figured the chat is different. Yeah,
and I'm just gonna do this. People in Furf mode, if you want to switch to normal mode, I put the link to that stream in there. There's also the main chat, I guess you could call it. Like, because like now we got separate chats. That's a bit shit.
Yeah, I've got both screens shown in my studio. It's all screwed up. I don't know. They didn't give you any forewarning for it either. They just threw all this stuff at you, figure it out as you go. And like with me, I didn't do mine in advance or anything, so it was right before the stream. I didn't want to mess with it, so I didn't.
Well, they did pop up a little video. They did pop up a little video, and I just hit the X and got rid of it. I didn't watch what their new feature was.
Yeah, but that's what happens, because like it pops up as soon as you if you want to go do your stream stuff, and then it's like, oh yeah, there's new stuff. Okay, yeah, I already set up my stream. Move on, and then you don't remember what the new shit is.
Yeah. Yep.
Like every time I join here, I also get messages like, oh, there's new stuff. So next time Slim Stream starts, you think I know everything of that? Like, hell no.
Yeah.
That just proves my point that life sucks and then you die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If only it would suck in the right way.
Native's got it right. The dual stream is confusing, especially when they just throw stuff at you.
Yeah,
the other saying is the universe sucks, but it feels so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dr. Mordecai, hello.
Hello,
And Skeptic Philosophy, hello. Welcome, welcome. We're just talking about this goofy thing they threw at us. Can be H and some be vertical. Just enlist the flavor you don't like before going live. Yeah, see, I didn't have time to mess with it either. And that was the thing. It irritated me that they throw stuff at you that you got to mess with that I didn't have time to look at. So, but what is a neat feature is if you're going to multiple channels, some can be horizontal and some can be vertical. Just unlist the flavor you don't like before going live. Okay, well, it was just all too confusing to throw at me, so I didn't get a chance to.
Come on, StreamYard. He's an old dude. Come on, you can't throw all that technical shit at him.
And I'm not feeling very good. I had a tooth taken out, and I just had a bad week all around. And they throw this thing at me right before the stream, and I was just like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna mess with it."
They should have boomer version.
Yeah,
you just have
an off.
Like there's one big button that says on. Yeah.
You should have an option in your account where you can say, "I'm a boomer."
Yeah, right. It just simplifies things.
It simplifies everything.
Don't throw these things at me.
Yeah. No, but I actually do think that would be like I wouldn't call it a boomer function, but I think it like
I would.
Yeah, of course you would. You're a cunt. No, but like if you no, but the option of like free, like I'm a beginning user, moderate user, or an expert, like I want all the functions with all the tweaks that I can do. And like when you say like I'm a basic user, I just want, I want side chat, click it on and have like 3 options, But if you're expert, like that, you can actually fit it to a screen that you want or whatever. Like, because in the beginning, like StreamYard, when Slim started using it, like it was so fucking easy. It was simple. You just started and there were not too many bells and whistles,
Yeah. No worries, Deconverted Man or Bro Joe and other folks asking, and hello, by the way.
Hello.
No, this is a title of a lot of videos. There are a lot of videos that says I'm no longer an atheist or whatever.
Yeah,
and
right.
So I just borrowed it and I figured it would be good clickbait. And I've always said I'm a skeptic, not an atheist, because to me, atheist is one of those unneeded words. You pick that you believe some, fine. Why do I have to pick a title that says I don't believe in what you believe in?
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes, I do go by atheist, but I think it's an unneeded word, really. I mean, if you believe in some kind of nonsense, then just say you believe in some kind of nonsense. Why do I have to say I don't believe in that nonsense? It just seems a useless word, and it always has. But, that's how it goes. And hello, Jedi. I didn't see you. And Ed, how you doing? Fangs upon you. Blessings of fangs upon you. Lost a stream and had to restart because of this feature when it was in. He turned off the stream. So that's what happened with that one. That's why I didn't mess with it, because I didn't want it to go off. And they didn't give you any warning either, right? They just throw this stuff at you. So, StreamYard, we're not very happy with this nonsense being thrown at us. And could at least send an email or something. You've got my email. I mean, send an email. Say, hey, we're kicking out some new stuff. If you don't want your stream screwed up, just hit this button. It won't screw up your stream. Something. No, they just left you hanging. So, and like I said earlier, I've seen a lot of other streams are the same, where they've got both of them running, because apparently they couldn't turn one or the other one off either. And I thought about turning one off or just deleting one, but then I thought, well, it'll probably take my other one down too. And just,
because
so I didn't mess with it right before the stream. Yeah.
But you could as Ember said, make it not public.
Yeah, something, or put it. And it says right here, show comments on stage. Big blue button right on top. They could have one right next to it that says you're opting out of all this new stuff till they get it worked out. Click it, toggle it back and forth, and no problem, right? But no.
People that watch it on their phones are losers. My monitors are 8 feet across by 30 inches. So that's how you watch things. Because I spent 45 minutes yesterday with a guy whose video I'm going to post. 45 minutes having him get set up so that because he was trying to watch my screen on the phone and he couldn't see what I was doing. It took him 45 minutes to figure out how to use a computer to do the same goddamn thing. It's like phones are losers.
And like, even if you're watching on a phone, flip the god fucking damn thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, then you got a much bigger.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
That's the way your eyes work. Your eyes
or
are not
AirPlay
on each other. They're next to each other. Like, in like 100 years, we'll have people getting born with their eyes shifted up and down a bit.
Hey, Robin, how you doing, Robin? Yes. Good to see you. Yeah, it's sending out messages too. Do you want to sign up and all kind of things? I don't know. People were complaining that StreamYard didn't have enough goodies, and now they're throwing all these goodies, but they don't give you any heads up on them, and it's just irritating people. So don't do that, StreamYard. You're just irritating people. Ryan Murphy, thanks a lot for the emojis. Hello, Ryan. And with that, Joe's going to have a stream tonight. We're going to try and bail early. So, as well as some other people are doing some stuff. Brainless, you want to give the advertisement that's also in my description?
Yeah. Somebody else in the broader community. I forgot who it was for, but they had an accident with their car and they needed fixed or need a new one. I don't know it exactly, but it's organized by Purple Rhymes with Orange, and that's one of those people. If they put their name behind something, I'm trusting it. Like, yeah. So they had their car fucked up, so they need some fixing. I'll put the GoFundMe. If anybody can miss something, like any little bit helps. Like, it's not an extreme amount that's needed. From what I see, it's like $700, a bit more. But like, so if a few people can chip in, like, and there's going to be streams about that. I don't know when on which channel. I know at least tomorrow, Commander 401 on the Deep State Annex is going to do a stream that's part of that whole thing. So, I'm fucking lost my Discord.
If you go to the page, it does show the damage to the vehicle, and please help them out. So if you've got it like that, and again, if you don't got it like that, you don't got it like that. But if you do,
I saw that
kick them a few bucks and help them fix up their boo-boo on their car.
I saw that on Godless Granny's channel. She, Godless Granny released a really good video just recently on the Tower of Babel, which was kind of amusing. Yeah. The Tower of Babel. That's a really good title for all of the Bible.
And we've got Chloe in the chat. Hello, Chloe. How you doing?
The Tower of Babylon. Just Babylon.
Babylon. Yeah, that's where Babylon came from. So Babylon. We'll write it down.
We've also got Exploded View of Life Evolution. Why I am no longer an atheist because I received blunt force trauma directly to the noggin. Yeah, that's pretty much why I respond to. Go ahead, Brainless. I'm sorry.
Slim posted a video of it's a guy. I believe he mainly goes live on TikTok. It's a younger dude, and like it started off with talking about climate change and like why the guy calling in was for Trump, and they ended on the Magic Zoo boat. Stupid fuck.
Wow.
like tell us you're stupid without telling us you're stupid, you know? Denying science.
Native Atheist says, I deserve more subs. Absolutely right. I do. However, though, I was tickled pink to cross over 600 this week, and or last week was something like that. So thank you, everybody that's subscribed. So, yeah, if it's only 600 that are watching, so be it. 600 are watching. I appreciate you. But while you're down there checking out this fender bender, you can also check out the other links in the description. That one is assist. Let's see, Momnado. It says Momnado is the name of the GoFundMe. At a fender bender to help them out. Ember's medical bills is also down there. Bree's channel is down there along with her fourth wall, where you can get yourself a shirt and help Bree out. Good friends of the channel is the Kentucky Atheist. Make sure you join them, and we will be sending people over to Joe after we're wrapping up here. My other link is for the Grassman Chronicles, as well as the people that are on the panel. Links to find them, although Brainless hasn't been on Slim Show much lately, and Simos hasn't been doing much either, and but still go to their channels and subscribe. And Answers in Atheism, they're here tonight, so hello, guys. And there's also a join the channel where you can have emojis and all the benefits that come with being a channel member. And I think that's everybody there. Welcome, everybody. And okay, so let's get somebody's meowing under the door. Okay.
That's Loki. Loki. He's got a mousy.
Uh-oh.
Play mousy with Loki.
So we're gonna take a look at this guy. I've had this video. I don't know if I've seen this guy before. He seems familiar. I know I've watched him. He makes the rounds. He's somebody that's all of a sudden figured out all the scientists are wrong, and he's made the rounds just about every channel there is, all the Christian channels and everything. If I have covered him before, I'm sorry. If not, I'm not sorry. So either way, we're going to take a look at this guy and see what he's got to say about why science is all wrong and atheists are all wrong. And, well, everybody's just all wrong, basically. And he's got it all figured out, which is something we really enjoy here at Saturday Night. The Atheist is somebody that's got it all figured out while everybody else has it wrong. So not saying that it's not possible. Just not probable. But we're going to listen to what he has to say anyways. This is pretty short, although pretty short doesn't mean anything. Saturday Night, the Atheist. Real short could mean a couple minutes as far as we go.
Yeah. Doesn't mean this stream is going to be short.
But we're going to give it our best. We're going to give it our all. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Spooky. Good to see you. And we're gonna see what he's got to say. I did clip off the beginning intro, so maybe that'll help a little bit.
Oh, thank you, Richard. And again, before I get started, I do really want to thank the elders here and the congregation here. Just really, really amazing hospitality, made us feel right at home. A lot of us were talking about not leaving, but it's just been a really great weekend. And
oh, by the way, the ticking in the background is not my fault. I would have removed it if I'd had time, but why bother? I mean, he didn't care posting it that had noise in it. So now this guy's name is let me see. I forget what his name is.
So he's the one who is no longer an atheist, and he wants to tell us why.
Yeah, apparently he worked at NASA or he's some kind of scientist or something.
Yeah, they won't let any atheists do that.
No, but what was he an atheist, or had he never thought of it and wasn't raised religious?
Possibly.
Boy, maybe he'll tell us. But he looks just way too ministerial. He's been in the business way too long.
Well, he's been making the rounds, yeah. And let me see. Here's his thing here.
Michael Houts.
This is Michael Houts, and with the bad hair. And he's been on every Christian channel I could find, although he hasn't been anywhere else. And let's see. For more information, it doesn't really have anything here. Just that he was making... Yeah, it's the same talk he gives every time, same jokes every time. So he's got it wrote down, and he just goes from place to place. And yeah, so there's not much about it. Plenty about this guy, though. Michael Houts. If you want to look him up, he's on plenty of channels. He's been on.
He's got a PhD in nuclear engineering, bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. 11 years at Los Alamos. Let's see. He works for NASA. Okay. Apologetics Press now he's associated with.
Mm-hmm.
And where is his degree? Where's his degree in theology? Because that's what he's going to be talking about. So
he ain't got one.
He claimed if you talk about something that you don't have a degree in, then you can have 1,000 degrees. Right. But they don't fucking matter because they do not apply to this.
He was a staunch evolutionist in his early 20s, but then scientific reasoning led him away from that. So, yeah there you go.
No,
bunch of liars.
Yes, he is.
He's a yak.
Yeah, and what's funny is they all don't like the same science. The other science they don't have a problem with, but they all don't like the same science, which is basically evolution and the Big Bang. So the age of the universe and the age of man, where man came from, where the universe came from, any of these theological things, they say the science is no good. But for some reason, the same science is good on everything else, which makes absolutely no sense because, as Mike was talking about, Rebecca and these other ones that are YEC, they basically disavow all fields of science. Yeah. So they can say they accept science, but they don't, because just in the few things they don't like touches on so many fields that they are rejecting these fields of science. So.
He's got a PhD from MIT, which is so that just goes to show you college kids don't smoke dope while you're going to school. Don't smoke too much. If you smoke too much,
well, like Michael Shermer's book and Cosmic Skeptic did something similar. Smart people can believe in nonsense. Doesn't mean you're not smart. Now, that's a mistake I made in my youth, is calling people not smart. But that's not true. Even Einstein believed in things that weren't true. So changed my opinion on that a little bit. Just because you're smart doesn't mean that everything you hold to is true. You can hold to complete and utter nonsense.
Yeah, but that's basically what I said. Like, if you have a PhD, then you're smart in that field. That does not say anything about anything else.
Nuclear physics. Yeah, he knows nothing about biology.
He's probably really smart. He knows a lot about nuclear stuff, and I would guess other physics. Like, if the subject would be other physics, like, I would guess that nuclear physics would give him some credibility in that field.
Oh, he wrote a book.
Fuck, dumbass. They all wrote books.
Evolution
that's
okay.
Why the fuck they're on YouTube. That's
right.
They're selling their book.
Hey, Jevim, how you doing? I
So
saw
the name
you
of
were on
his
earlier.
guess the name of his book. You're never going to guess. Is Evolution is Religion, Not Science.
Ah,
Oh.
But religion is science. He also says that science is religion's best friend. So evolution is religion and science is not. Or no, religion is not. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway.
we're trying to figure it out, Jim. That's what we were talking about earlier. Is we don't understand. They just threw this both formats thing at us.
Well, let's get to it
by
listen
ear.
to
So
listen to what
And
Michael has to say.
And when you watch the vertical stream on your phone, the chat is already in front of the screen. So then showing the chat on screen is nonsense. It's actually double. Like, what the?
hey, BS.
Oh,
Hey, Cad, how you doing?
I gotta make a correction. It's not a book. It's a DVD. Do you remember DVDs? They used to have them.
Really?
Is that what Hovind sells?
Yeah, probably. They're little plastic things that you put in some kind of a mechanism, and you get it's like Netflix comes out of it, sort of, kind of like that for kids who don't understand. Anyway,
that's me. He wrote a DVD.
Old school Netflix.
he wrote a DVD. Yeah.
Probably.
I want this DVD, but he wants $18 for this little piece of plastic. I'll give you 50 cents.
It's probably rip. You could probably rip it somewhere. Oh,
Jesus.
Well, let's see what he's got to say.
yeah,
And
that's what this is about.
cross your fingers and don't cross your fingers. It won't do any good.
Again, appreciate it. I know it's a huge effort organizing this, and I appreciate all the work and all the just the incredible hospitality that you've all have shown us. Before I start, I was asked just kind of right before the talk to kind of define an atheist, and I thought about that for a little while. And one of the things is, typically the atheists aren't the ones that get all the press, and so the ones that get all the press, they're the real kind of, they hate Christians, hate a lot of things, and as Christians, that can make us kind of intimidated. We're like, well, wow, that person just told me they're an atheist. I really want to try to talk to them. Well, it turns out there's a lot of atheists that they just don't believe in God, and that they.
There you go.
Wait,
throw all that other stuff out the window.
Is there one that gets it?
Yeah, well, you think he does.
God?
You think he does.
What? No, but this is the first guy that actually said that.
Yeah,
The fact
it would
that
be nice.
Some atheists, because I do agree there are some so-called atheists that just don't want to believe because they disagree with the Bible. What I always say is, like, I'm an atheist, and if I didn't believe he was real, I still wouldn't follow him because he's a fucking cunt and a warmonger. Like,
Yep.
God, the Christian God / Muslim God, because they're the same, is a war god. Case closed. Shut up.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
People are talking about Walkmans. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
I miss my Walkman.
Somewhere upstairs here, I still have Discman laying around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was showing that VHS and DVD, CD, and what are those things anymore? Well, streaming's gotten rid of all that stuff. So
No. Vinyl's still around.
Yeah,
Just
but
can't beat the quality.
The handiness of it, you just can't beat the handiness. That's the thing in today's society. People like things that are handy, and streaming is definitely handy. Now, if you want a copy yourself, by all means get one. And I do have VHS and DVDs that I've held on to just because they are my own copies. But then when I'm sitting there watching it or something, I'm not watching the VHS or the DVD. I'm watching it on stream. So why do I have these things on my shelf? Just to look at, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Don't hate Christians.
Yeah, no, but like,
so that's one thing.
So buying original CDs and DVDs is a better way of supporting the artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Netflix I mean, Spotify, like they take money from both sides. The artist has to pay to put their music on there.
Really?
Get real small amount per stream.
How about Apple Music? Are they better?
I don't know, but come on, it's Apple, so it's probably not better.
Yeah,
at least
probably
I've
not better.
I've not heard of Apple Music putting up ads for joining ICE. So
Yeah.
Ryan wants to
sorry,
know
but
is,
I can't miss my spot.
from this camera angle, I'm confused. Does the pool have a trap door? Jesus sharks with friggin' laser beams? Is it too much to ask for some friggin' laser beams? Yeah, I don't know. I would guess that's why they've got a lid on it, is to keep the sharks in there. So, Wordscape says Christianity is brain poison. And Missing Mod, raise them up for the elders of evolution. Well, we're all here.
Yeah.
We have the elder. That's Mike. He is the elder of evolution.
I am the elderist. Elderist
He's the
of you
elder.
all. Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, Stephanie. Good to see you. I've had better days. So far, this thing isn't bothering my tooth. So, yeah, I had a tooth out this week. I had a rough week. So, thanks for asking, but don't ask. Been one of those weeks, you know. I was cussing, and then the tooth flew out my mouth, and that just made me cuss more.
No, but Dave, that's
Yeah.
proof of God. Like you were cussing, and like God didn't like that, so
I
He
know.
took your tooth.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's how things go. But I got my money's worth. That my old dentist cemented that one back in, so I got a double take on that one crown that I shouldn't have gotten in the first place. He gooped it back together for me because I didn't have the duckies at the time for a crown, and so he hooked me up, and I was like, you know, he's been retired for years, so I think I got my money out of this. So your whole head is missing. Yeah. Oh well, they're chopping me all up, and I don't know. I don't like the small thing, anyways. I picked the big version, and it's just irritating, and I'm sure it's irritating everybody else. So you know what? I'll let them handle it. I'll let the other people tell them that they are irritated, and put a thing on there so that it doesn't do this automatically, and we'd be very happy. But you know. We were complaining that they didn't offer a bunch of goodies, and they offered a bunch of goodies. So, you know, Wordscape says, if you lose enough teeth, there will be nothing to gnash in hell. So be happy. That's the point.
Very clever. That's clever.
Yeah, I've got a two right in the front, and
It's kind of a passive aggressive measure. Huh,
couple-
I don't have any teeth. God,
a couple in the back. But
I'm not going
I
to
will
gnash a
say-
damn thing.
for this last one of how bad it was and bad timing and everything else, they just took my other partial, put another tooth on it, stuck it right back in my mouth. A couple of days later, I had my tooth back before I had my tooth pulled, because Dennis promised me either way we're going to have your smile back, because of course it's right in front. So last weekend, I don't believe I was on camera for that very reason. And please understand that nothing against people that lose teeth. I'm there with you. Nothing against people that can't afford them. I'm there with you. But at this time in my life, I can't afford them. So I would rather not have the hole in my mouth. So last Saturday, you didn't see my face because I had the hole in my mouth. And my nose is still sore. Yeah, I'm a little bit vain.
Let's be honest though. When we see people with missing front teeth, we always judge them.
Yeah, people do make comments, and I feel for them. I wish everybody could go to the dentist, but not everybody can, and I understand the cost and everything involved. And you know, my best wishes go out to you and everything else. So I hope everybody can get their teeth fixed. Seems a crying shame that dental and vision and stuff isn't with insurance. And even those that have insurance are struggling to get their stuff done. So, not a good place to be in to have any kind of health issues whatsoever in this country. I think the last time I had to get glasses, it was a couple $100. So, not everybody's got it like that where they can just drop a couple $100 and, you should be able to get stuff at an affordable price. So.
Yeah, good insurance is the reason I'm still alive. And in January, they're going to change all that.
Yeah.
They're gonna screw us all.
No.
You're
You're saying
an
it wrong.
atheism
You're
because
saying
we
it
might not
wrong.
have Mike around very long.
No,
They're not gonna screw you all. They're gonna fucking kill a bunch of people.
they're gonna
That's-
kill a bunch of
that's
people.
it.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. It's not just screwing people over. It's literally just fucking killing people.
Yeah, they have blood on their hands.
Stick a knife in them.
Blood on
Hey,
their hands. They're swimming. They're swimming in the blood.
Hey, Mighty Filbert, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, a lot of us have talked about health issues, and there's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of people dealing with stuff, and it hits me right here. I'm sorry that you have to deal with these things, just like I have to deal with things. It sucks. It really does. And but the only thing that sucks worse would be a young Earth creationist. So no offense there, Stephanie. But we're going to pick on this guy.
But the question is, who sucks better? Sucks better.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We talking about. So don't ever be afraid to talk to someone just because they've let you know that they're an atheist or an agnostic. Just let that kind of be information. That actually is very helpful because then you kind of know where they're coming from. Now, if you get a level below that, there will be a lot of atheists that they kind of know that it's wrong, but they're confident that as science advances, it'll somehow prove there's no God. And of course, that's
for Christ's sake.
that's not a, and
What?
That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about the last many days. As science has advanced, it proves the Bible. I mean, more and more and more. So the
No, it
More and
fucking
more.
does. You stupid fucking cunt.
Don't make me play the Magic Zoo Boat video. Missing Mod is worried about me having a Ouija board. She wants me to get rid of it. So I'm working on that, Stephanie. But as far as proving the Bible true, I think even believers would say that the Bible is not for proving or disproving. You either believe it or not. If you believe in the things, it doesn't matter if there's evidence or not. So that's why we have young Earth creationists who butt up against people who are not young Earth creationists, but yet still believe the Bible. So you can throw it either way. I have 35. I'm just trying to give you the money. I don't want any money from anybody, but thank you, Stephanie. And I think the thing is covered with dust somewhere. So I can blow the dust off of it. Maybe we'll get rid of it. All right. I know a lot of people are worried about me having a Ouija board. I haven't seen the problems, but they think anything that bad happens to me is the fault of the Ouija board. But I could also say the good things that are for the fault of the Ouija board. So
why? It's a game. How's a game gonna? Never mind.
Such a bad game. You got to push the thing. I don't like it.
I got the Ouija board, the tarot cards, the astrology cards, all those kind of things when I did my stream. So
I sat and stared at it for half an hour and it didn't do anything. It's like, what the hell? What kind of a game is that?
Well, officially, you can blame Joe, the Kentucky Atheist, and Asho for having trivia night because they're the ones that gave me the winner, that gave me the money that I just forwarded right over to Amazon and bought the stuff with. So that's how I got all the stuff, was hitting on trivia night and winning $50.
You're not supposed to buy your own tarot cards.
Oh no!
Oh, see, maybe that's where I messed up.
That's why I didn't grow my hair back.
See?
Remember, that was one of our goals.
I'll have to try it again. Oh, I better not do that either. It's missing mod won't like that either. So I guess that's out the door.
Yep. So this guy is going to prove that we're primates and that we're strongly related to the other primates like chimpanzees. Because if you know anything about chimpanzees, they're not really great at science. And this guy is proving that he's not very good at science either, even though somehow he got through MIT. I don't know how, but then he got stupid after because he read the Bible. So Bible make you stupid.
I clipped part of my finger off. It's the damn Ouija board's fault. Yeah, see? Blame the Ouija board.
The more science is advanced, the more it's consistent with the Bible, the more it shows the Bible's true. But you will get some of those. So they'll
This guy did not graduate from MIT.
I know. It's just surprising, isn't it?
How they can say the Bible's been proven true. I mean, you know, to a believer, yeah, but that's part of the belief system and goes for the same thing. It goes for saying this. How do I word that? It goes for the same. I guess I'm saying it right. Goes for the same thing, no matter what your religion is.
Yeah.
If you have faith in your religion, you have faith in your religion. It doesn't matter what the text says. So trying to prove it's been confirmed by science, I don't think so. There are places in the Bible that have been proven historically, geographically. These places exist, but that's a long ways from the dead people and the talking animals and all the other obvious things that are a requirement of faith. They're not a requirement of science. So using science to say that science has proved them, no.
You as, you know, maybe a nice person, but you know, you're not up on the latest, type. And so, but again, just think of that as a way to be able to talk to them, to be able to reason with them. And then others will be atheists because they've had, for whatever reason, a bad experience with religion, and so
right.
And a lot of times it can be denied.
Yeah.
No,
I haven't had a bad experience with a religion either, but
Well, kind
I
of.
often say
I
that
was bored.
the people I went to church with were fine people, and I don't have any ill will against them or anything like that. Any of these arguments, they don't work against me because I didn't have that situation. Now, other people have had to deal with bad situations with religions and et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to get into all that right now. But as far as me, no. So don't use that against me.
I had kind of a bad experience. My mom made me go to church for a while, or didn't make me. She invited me to go to church when I was 6, 7, and 8. And I told her, Mom, I'd rather go home and watch paint dry because I was so goddamn bored that it almost killed me.
He who should not be named believes in the power of Ouija boards. Oh, really?
Okay, now I was going to mention Steve McRae. He's got a degree in nuclear engineering, so there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that degree gets you, is something like Steve McRae. So
yeah, no, but it's like with religion. Like I also didn't have a bad experience with religion, but as you said, like it was just boring. The only bad experience I had with it was getting forced to go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, and boring.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Denominations or something, and then they'll tend to lump either what they'll say all religions together, or there'll be some false religions that will claim some linkage to Christianity. They'll try to, and in their mind, it's all the same. And so, one way to think about it is, if there were, if there's 1,000 false religions out there, and we have God's word, we have the Bible, we have true Christianity. Well, if someone's outside the church, it's really hard for them to find that, and we'll talk some about that. So that's
your own religion has its own problems. Saying what's a true Christian when you've got so much disagreement in amongst the church and believers. Like I've said before, you've got old earth, new earth, you've got all these different things that they can't agree with each other. So it opens up a lot of room for doubt when the people of the faith do not have their own story straight. And Azzo, I was just talking about you. Good to see Azzo. Blame Azzo here. I see Azzo in the chat. Azzo was the reason I got the money for the Ouija board, was because of his dang trivia night. So everybody out there was like mad at me for having a Ouija board. It's Azzo's fault. How you doing, Azzo? Good to see you.
If they pulled off Christian nationalism in this country, there would be so much infighting going on between the different denominations that it would be amazing. I mean, imagine the Mormons would secede, Utah would secede, and
if I have to hear Catholics are not real Christians one more time, I'm like, how are they not real Christians? Because they don't have the same doctrine as you. Well, you know, so all the rest of them, right? But you're welcome, Dave. Let's see. I just had Bible trivia last Thursday. It was fun. So make sure you check out Azzo if you want some trivia. Yeah, I didn't mean to leave you out there, Azzo. Go over to check out Azzo for trivia nights. We had a lot of fun over there. But yeah, Azzo is the reason that I had the cash on hand for the Ouija board. So
good.
And there was another one here. Brojo says, Christians, you just believe in one more God than an atheist. Well, and depending on who you ask, they might be a lot of them.
That kind of stuff.
Everybody's saying
Christian for a loop. Like I've told somebody one time that, well, you're an atheist too. I just don't believe in one more God than you. And they just got mad at me and just, what? Yeah. What are you saying? Well, it's like, it's like I suddenly was, speaking Pig Latin or something to them. Mm-hmm. And they just, that's a weird thing for people to hear who have never heard that before.
That's like Wordscape says, invite a Protestant and a Catholic to tea and ask them to explain the Trinity. Throw in blood and bikinis and you'll have a pure sadomasochistic wrestling match. Yeah. And yeah, I've said it very many times that if you can't get your own story straight, they don't expect me to. So it's not my fault I have the story straight if you don't have the story straight. So maybe start with getting the story straight between yourselves. Just saying. That's always been one of my problems with Christianity. And every time I just heard one talking the other day, well, we know Christians and Mormons, or Catholics and Mormons, and on and on. They went right down the list, are not real Christians. And it's like, well, of course they are. They read the same book. They just have other books, or they leave out books, or whatever. But it still comes down to it's the same book. So I'm sorry, you have to own them.
Yeah, they like Catholics give a different weight to tradition than most Protestants do. So, there is a difference, but it's all centered around Christ. That makes them Christian. Sorry, fundies.
I'll mention it probably at least a couple more times during the talk. But if you're talking with someone like that, always say it doesn't matter what I think or what this person thinks or what that person thinks. Let's see what the Bible says, and then let them study the Bible for themselves, because
and that gets you thousands and thousands of denominations of people that say, hey, go ahead and read the Bible for yourself. And I don't read it the same way as you do. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I came across a Instagram post about that, and I just downloaded the video about that. It's an Instagram reel, so it is very fucking short. So I like it. If you don't mind, I can share it on here. But like that, it shows about the different denominations. It's actually quite it's showing like it's actually quite a smart little video.
And founded the Lutheran Church. Calvin didn't like the Lutheran Church and founded the Reformed or Calvinist Church. Henry VIII didn't like being denied Catholic marriage and founded the Anglican Church. John Smith disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Baptist Church. William Miller didn't like the Baptist Church and founded the Adventist movement. Ellen G. White really liked what William Miller said and founded the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Charles T. Russell didn't like the Adventist Church and founded Jehovah's Witnesses. Joseph Smith disliked the Methodist Church and founded the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormons. John Wesley disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Methodist Church. Some pastors didn't like the Methodist Church and founded the Pentecostal Church. Many did not like the Pentecostal Church and founded thousands of churches like Stop Suffering, Assemblies of God, Light of the World, etc. The evangelical movement came from the Baptist Church, while the born-again movement came from the evangelical churches. The born-again faith emerged in the late 1930s in the U.S., and it gained popularity in the 1970s and 1980s, its golden age. There are now 35,000 different so-called Christian religions, each claiming their interpretation of the Bible is the right one.
Nice.
It starts off so
Nice.
so neutral, like, oh yeah, no, this happened, that happened, and at the end, and they all believe that what they're saying is true. Like, fuck yeah.
But not that other one. They don't know what they're talking about. Reading the same book.
Yeah.
It differentiated it for my wife and I, and again, we'll talk more about that, but it really is it's true, and it's important, and I know everyone in this room would want to say that, but sometimes if you're in the church for a long time, you just like, oh, everybody knows that. Well, no, they don't. Okay, so just so again, that's just a very important point to make. It's always go back to the Bible and let the person study and read for themselves when they're talking about this. And so I'll start out just some reasons, and also always like to make these lessons applied. And so as we're going through this,
it's a lesson.
Basically just talk about one example. Really want you to try to think of.
Oh yeah, he's going to give you 5 things. I don't think we're ever going to get to them, but he's got 5 things.
Oh please, we got to get to it. We got to get to it. We got to get to one of them anyway.
That or think of your family situation. If you just what age you are. Do you have kids? Do you have grandkids? Try to think of how some of this could be applied. And so I do have 10 points.
Oh, there's 10
don't worry,
points.
That's not going to make it 10 thirds as long as a 3-point sermon. So we'll move through these, but we'll try to get through about 10 points related to this. So first one was I grew up in a society where Christianity was largely accepted, and so when you think about it, you have the you can go back to even Joshua 24:15, where it talks about the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. Well, if we were growing up. Someone outside the church growing up in a largely Christian society.
For a second?
Mm-hmm.
They already prove that Yahweh is not the one and only God.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is read the Bible.
Mention other gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you stupid or something?
He does sound kind of dumb. I don't know.
So he's saying I'm no longer an atheist because I grew up in a society where Christianity was largely accepted.
I don't know if that's his first point or first category.
One point, and then I grew up. So maybe he's got. This is like a preamble to his reasons.
It could be a preamble.
Yeah, maybe he'll say something smart later.
Hello to Phil in the chat. How you doing?
Oh, hey, Phil.
Yeah, can't forget Scientology. Absolutely right. And, it isn't hard in this country when you can tell somebody something is absolutely ridiculous, made up. You're doing it just to see if you can get a bunch of suckers to sign up, and they do anyways. So,
Yeah, like that one guy.
I can't fault the guy,
Yeah, like that one guy that said... That has literally said, like, if I ever run for president, I'm gonna go as a Republican because those people are too stupid.
Yeah, when you can't hold it against somebody when you tell them straight up. When you tell them that you're gonna fool them, that you're gonna con them, that you're gonna grift them right out of their money and their beliefs and everything else, and they just sit there and nod, then you can't fault them. When they're taking it out of their pocket. You can fault them, but when they're telling them straight to their face and they give them the money anyways, what are you supposed to do? I can't fault that person,
Well, it's still not a nice thing, but...
Yeah, well,
But
to it.
yeah.
In other words, at least they would know, okay, yeah, that person says they're a Christian, oh, these people go to church, or wow, this is what some people do on Sunday morning. So that could make that kind of helps a person be receptive, interested, not fearful, not afraid of, say, going to church or studying the Bible with you. But that's not as true anymore. So a lot of people that you may interact with, they will literally, their only exposure to Christianity might be what they've seen on TV, or the Hollywood portrayal of it, or and again, I'll go back to kind of that first category of atheists. The atheists that really hate Christians are the ones that are the most motivated to try to make Christians look bad. And so if you think about it.
And somebody else I covered pointed out that there may be good reason that these people do not like Christians. I cannot fault somebody for, how they feel and stuff, but you can understand it. If something bad happened to somebody, then somebody might not like Christians because something bad had happened. You can't, it's hard to fault a whole group of people for the actions of one, and you should really not do that. But it's understandable why that when they see this group of people, they are turned off because that group of people have done them harm in the past.
Yeah, and often it's not one person that did it. Like it's often systematically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what we need to point out here is there are Christians, and then there are these science-denying assholes called yaks, right? And those are two different categories of things. Yeah. And I don't have any bone to pick with just Christians, right? But these yaks, these science-denying assholes, of which he is one, obviously, an MIT science-denying asshole. And he I have a problem with, and it's a science denial. So it's backfiring on him. His method of proving God to atheists is backfiring. And it does with kids, too. They get to college and they learn a new way of looking at the world, and they're like, what the hell were they telling me? Earth is 6,000 years old and Jesus rode dinosaurs?
Yeah, but I actually don't get, like, if like MIT comes across one of their alumni like denying science, any kind of science.
I know.
Like, if I was running that place, you would fucking lose all your papers. Like, hell fucking no. You will not be associated with our institution.
They should take his degree away. They really should.
Yeah, like no.
That should be done for a lot of them.
Yeah.
They don't deserve it. I say often that they dishonor their degree. For all the people that busted their humps to get theirs, and then for these people to turn around and say all these scientists are all liars and the nonsense that they spew, they should be given back the piece of paper that says, "Oh yeah, I studied and learned all this stuff from all these liars and thieves," and because they don't really think that when they gave them the money to get the degree in the first place. So it's only that they say these things when somebody else is paying them, usually at a YEC organization, to say so. Like,
there have been some statistics on engineers and occasionally even biochemists, but engineers particularly are more likely to succumb to this evolution denial. Because number one, they don't know jack shit about biology. And number two, learning calculus and engineering and nuclear physics and all of that has like nothing to do. I mean, it's a totally different way of looking at the world. So engineers are more likely to be these nonsense spouting jerks like him, right? For some reason, it's weird. And the other category that I've noticed is biochemists. Who are not molecular biologists are different, right? They look at like these little diagrams, these mechanisms, and they see gears turning. They don't see what biology really is. So he succumbed to that. He succumbed to the too much engineering in his head, too many watchmakers, and that's why he's an idiot. He's an idiot.
If you look through most movies and most, I'll call them sitcoms or most shows, is the Christian character good or bad? usually bad. Usually there's.
I don't know where he gets this from. The Christian character is usually bad.
Well, it depends on whether he loves baby butt or not, like some of the priests. But anyway,
I mean, is the Christian character trying to pass laws against people? Because that would be the only thing that I would be suspect of. Otherwise, it's been pointed out before that a lot of the supposed immoral shows have characters in the show that go to church and are family people. And, I mean, yeah, we laugh at it and they do a lot of crazy things.
Yeah.
Crazy things. But we don't hold it against them that they're religious or not. It's because we live in a society with a lot of religious people.
Well, then again, like, look at The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Their neighbors, what's their name? The extremely Christian.
Flanders.
Yeah, the extremely Christian. Like, he's basically constantly butt of the joke. And like, I do get that. Like, if you're pretty religious yourself, that.
But the Simpsons themselves go to church. Yeah, the Simpsons go to church.
I get that, but like,
and Flanders isn't an evil character, so. But anyway, like,
evil, but he's portrayed as stupid and like just bothering everyone.
Well, I know of an example where they made a Christian look really bad. He was a deacon of the church. He attended church constantly. He was a pillar of his community, and it was a documentary about the BTK killer.
Mm.
And they made him look bad. I mean, they made him look real bad. I don't know why. I think it was prejudice. They just hate Christians. That's why they did it. Other than that, he was a really nice guy.
Yeah, that's just like when that news came out about the Catholic Church. Like they put that in such a bad light.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Especially when it was
I don't agree.
about Ireland.
I don't agree with that the Christians are painted in a bad light. I mean, they may be painted as backwards or what their beliefs are or something, maybe a little easy to poke fun at and stuff. But when you step away from politics, though, I don't see them attacking the Christians. This is a persecution thing.
Yeah, no, but that's also like how you look at it. Like, if you're going to look at like what we get, like, because like shit that happens in Turkey or whatever, we don't hear about that. But like, if there's a serial killer in America, you're going to hear about it. If like a mass shooting happens somewhere in Europe, you hear about it.
Hey,
over
Jasper.
Here and over there, most people are Christians. So yes, that will most likely be a Christian that is putting that person in a bad light. So that, like, on average, there are more Christians. But so if something bad happens, if somebody is portrayed as being a bad person, yeah, the chance is pretty high that person is a Christian. Not because Christians are fundamentally worse than others, but because there are more Christians.
Yeah. I have no idea where he's getting it from. Scooby wants to know, Ned Flanders is stupid, but Homer Simpson is. What is it about Ned Flanders that make you say he's stupid? What does he do that's stupid? I don't see him as doing anything stupid, really. I mean, he's
a bit the gullible guy, like, and
yeah. He takes things to extreme for a joke and stuff, but as a person goes, I mean, he raises his kids and doing the best he can as a single father now. He's
and like,
it's not because he's Christian; it's just because he's Christian.
Yeah, and Homer is stupid and mean. But like,
if I would compare them, I would say Homer is stupid. I mean, just because he's painted that way. Yeah.
No, in The Simpsons, like who isn't stupid?
True.
That's well, basically the only people not stupid in the whole show are Homer's direct family, the kids and Marge. Those are the only people in the whole show that aren't stupid.
Hey, Demon Orb, how you doing?
I'm trying to read the transcript of the next part that he says, and I can't figure out what the hell he's saying. So,
okay, let's go help you out with that.
We'll see what he says there.
Yeah, they'll have if they even have one in there, and so that's just something. But you have to realize that might be, for a Christian, it's just kind of, I'll say irritating. But you have to realize for some people, that's their view of Christianity. They think that's what Christians really are, and so the percentage of people.
You're a good enough example of a Christian with the things you're saying that the Bible's been proven by science, where most Christians wouldn't even, I think, agree with that. So you're a little out there, buddy.
Yeah, no, but it's also like, yeah, he's right. Some people think all Christians are that way. Why is that? Because the good Christians know to shut the fuck up. They have their beliefs, and they believe their thing, and let people be people. It's the assholes that bother people and get into media. Like,
well, we've said often we don't go door to door protesting religions just because we don't believe in religion. There is an acceptance of the reality that most people are religious, and even if that number continues to go down like it has, there's no reason to believe that it'll be overnight or in this generation that there won't be religious people. So we do have to learn to deal with people as is, and as we've said, it doesn't matter if you're religious or not either. You can be very smart and believe in silly things. So. I don't think holding religion over somebody's head is necessarily a problem, although it can be. Hello, SDS. Good to see you. Stop the stupidity. Stopping through. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm. People claiming no religion has gone up. It may even be, depending on which survey you look at, could be even worse than the numbers on the screen, where they're looking at 15% saying no religion. Some states 1 in 3 saying no religion. There is again the rise of, I'll say, the militant atheists, which can basically just make people just subconsciously, it's almost like, well, the street knowledge is you don't want to talk to Christians because they're whatever, or we don't, and so.
Because they're whatever. I like how he skips right over that. I mean, you could have pointed out while I was watching TV that they're denying people rights. You kind of left that part out, right? And we've said before, why aren't you atheists, so-called, picking on other religions? Well, we generally try to pick on people who are trying to pass laws against other people, because in this country, I'm not talking about all countries, but in this country, whether you like it or not, we have the freedom to be religious or not. Now, there's a lot of Christians around here who think they have the right to be in charge. That's fine. There's a lot of them, but they're leaving out parts in the Constitution that says we're not going to take your side. So the country isn't supposed to, I should say, isn't supposed to take their side.
I actually had a discussion with someone on Threads about that, and the stupid fuck didn't get it, because they kept asking for things, and the only thing I said, because they said no, America is a Christian nation. The only thing I said, go read your First Amendment. Congress shall not pass laws based on religion. It's
right.
Loosely. I don't have it on the top of my head,
and yet they do.
The freak wants to know if I'm a believer. Only in Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, yeah.
Hello, tons of mice. Good to see you. Being a believer or not has nothing to do with my neighbors. Knowing that my neighbors are believers, and I'm not speaking to anybody in particular here, but in general, in this country, there's a lot of religious people, and this country has a lot of people who have come here for religious freedom. Not being a Christian and some other religion, it has the same appeal, that they can come here and they can set up their whatever in their front yard and pray to it. And again, this is an ideal world. I'm supposed to say, hey, that's cool, you know. Now, does it always happen? No. But yeah, as far as being a believer and willing to live amongst believers is two different things, and it's an understanding of reality, and that's where I fall into. I'm more of a realist, that I don't think religions are going anywhere soon, even though I would hope that religions would go away. So what I hope and what the reality is are two different things. Jesus, well, we've talked about Jesus with Rebecca numerous times. Jesus and I seem to agree on a lot of things, not talking about religion, but societal things. We seem to agree a lot of things. What gods have to say, I can understand what religions have to say without adopting it myself. So there's a lot of give and take there. Ultimately, though, yes, I think it would be better off without religion, although I see a place for religions and their place in society too and everything. I see some green coming through the chat. Native Atheist for $2. Give me that Bigfoot. And, you know, there hasn't been enough Bigfoot. I think just for that, we're going to throw out some Bigfoot.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the skies, to the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
And thanks a lot, Native. You rock.
I did not get the Bigfoot animation on the big screen, and I didn't get a sound even on the vertical one.
Really? Wow.
And I see, I've got a screen up.
So that's something that we'll need to combat.
Okay, well, that's for that. I don't know, this dual screen thing, and it's got its own volume, but it doesn't have one for the main thing. I don't know, folks. We'll let it work itself out. I don't know what to tell you. We saw it on the mainstream. Okay, it's on the mainstream. Yeah. What they're doing, I have no idea. So, I just noticed them this week, and then it hit me too. So, apparently they're going around, and it'll work itself out. So, looked fine here. See, some folks are getting them right and some aren't. Yeah, it's StreamYard doesn't know what they're doing either. So, okay, let them figure it out. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, so if I click this.
Also, Genesis 6:5, then the Lord saw the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts.
I don't have.
Of his heart was only on evil continually.
It's not on my screen either.
Now a second one, and this is where to me it really starts to be something we can do something about, something that's really applied, is really from the youngest age I can remember. I had classmates that were just different. And what I meant by different is they tend to be inordinately nice. They'd have positive attitudes in every situation. They're forgiving, because I think all kids, you get and do things that you're like, oh man, that was really bad. I shouldn't have done that. But these would be the kids that would actually forgive you. They didn't try to get in trouble. They avoided any kind of immoral activity. And so that is really, really, really important. And I do want to say, last night we were treated to a fantastic dinner, and there were some of the youth were actually serving the tables, and it was just phenomenal, the impression they were making. And so
So you had a church event, and church parents were having their church kids serve everybody at the event.
They were acting so good at church.
And they were acting so good. Hi, Ryan. How you doing? I'm sorry, but yeah, of course they're going to act on their best. You know, doesn't matter what the event is. But trying to say that religious people are better than non-religious people because their parents are watching or something, no.
Maybe the guy hasn't grown up in enough small towns to know the level of hypocrisy.
If you need religion to be good, then you're just a psychopath on a leash.
Yeah, that's just kind of the thing of, well, there's a lot of religious people, so if I say they act right, then they do. But people act right because they're, you know, there's a bunch of little kids and a bunch of elders, and they want to act right amongst the group, and it doesn't matter what kind of group it is. If you had a religious thing and they were serving everybody, giving them smiles and thank yous, that's all fine and well. I don't really care. If you use your religion to say that my kid only says please and thank you and serves you nicely because they go to church on Sunday, and you believe that, you know, so be it, but I don't believe it. I think any kid can believe. And when we had football, we had rules, very few rules. One of the rules was yes, sir, no, sir, yes, coach, no, coach, right? And some of the parents said, hey, you know, our parents were, our kids were saying stuff, and the only answer we got back was yes or no, ma'am, and stuff like that. And they really liked it. Now, I'm not saying that you should tell your kids that, but there is some to be said for, you know, somebody taking a stand and telling the kids that, hey, you should act right when you're in public, you know, and stuff. And then they go home and they actually do it. It's kind of catchy and it's kind of cool and all, but I don't want to promote religion for doing it. I want to promote it as it's the right thing to do. That you should watch your mouth when you're around your elders. It's just politeness, you know?
No, but like, no, you should watch your mouth around anyone, like, especially like people you don't know. There's no need to offend anybody. There is no need. Like if people come at you, go in full throttle and take them down, and like if they're just polite to you, just be fucking polite back. Like I don't get that.
I think people appreciate it, whether it's got religious connotations or not. You know, if you hold the door for somebody, any of these kind of things, it goes a long way. And somebody else might hold the door, and somebody else might hold the door, and it goes right down the line, right?
Yeah, and like they say like, oh, Christian people are better than non-Christian people. I don't think so. Like they may act better, doesn't mean that they are better. They said like, if you act good because you want that prize, that heaven, or you don't want that burning, then you're not polite to be polite. You're being polite to gain something from it. So that does not make you better. That still makes you a psychopath on a leash.
I think Philo is better than you, dropping a $10 super chat that says if Jesus were to come back today, he would be labeled a communist by Fox News, placed on the no-fly list for being from the Middle East, and arrested by ICE for being undocumented and alien. Yeah, they were asking, and thanks, Phil. I'll hit your song in just a minute. Fox, I think it was Fox, had a thing going around about that very thing, that they wouldn't allow Jesus in this country unless he had the right paperwork.
There was this one guy in an interview. Jesus came back if he had the right papers.
If he had the right paperwork. And thank you, Philo, and Philo gets Bigfoot as well.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the skies, till the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend.
Thanks,
I
Phil,
just got
subscribe supporting the channel. Appreciate you very much. Go ahead.
I just got a really good blog post from Ken Ham. He said that the assassination of Charlie Kirk was God working in these unprecedented times.
The assassination.
Yeah, and he managed to pull 200,000 Christians together in a stadium with fireworks and everything. And that was so apparently God shot Charlie Kirk. I don't know.
Well, God pointed the bullet right, off Trump's ear into a fireman who gave his all for his community versus somebody who doesn't. Yeah. So I don't understand the guy at all.
He says, think about it. Millions watched a memorial service around the world and heard the gospel many times. Yeah. I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. It seems to me that God is using this to awaken people in this nation and around the world. Yay!
I couldn't believe the people who supported that clown. One of my best friends of all time put out a post supporting that clown. Every religious group posting the same exact things, claiming him a martyr and everything. And
and they're happy. They seem happy that he died.
He's so happy, and his wife is out there with her hand out, and that's all she ever cared about. And that's why I've avoided the whole thing from the beginning, because I thought he was a clown. I still think he's a clown. So.
Yeah, no, like him getting shot is not a good thing. That does not mean that I am mourning him. I think political violence is the absolute last resort. But
he's in a better place. He's in a better place.
Yeah, no, but also look at his wife. How did his wife respond? Oh yeah, she already had a lot of money, but he had his media empire, and she immediately took that. And I believe the same week she was taking over his show.
Yep.
His podcast or something. And at that memorial service, has anybody seen a tear come from her face?
I know. It was just not the kind of grief that I'm used to seeing.
Within hours, she was given a talk, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Within hours of hearing my mother or whoever had passed away, I wasn't ready to talk
to anybody. Yeah,
I wasn't ready to talk.
Even anybody you're remotely close to, it's if they would show up to you can you tell us about it or whatever, and no, I from what I've heard, nobody has seen a tear come from her face. And then it's oh, she's so strong. Jesus is making her strong.
She was just making sure all the paperwork was good for her $12 million or whatever it is.
She was sorry, but there's only one group that is benefiting from his death. One group. That's Trump and his allies, and that includes his wife.
Yeah, from the very beginning when I heard about it, I wanted nothing to do with it, and the more I heard about it, the more I wanted nothing whatsoever to do with it.
And that's the same with the earshot. Oh wait, have you seen somebody who has had earrings?
Yeah. I've still got the holes.
You see that after 100
I've still got the holes,
yeah. With him, a bullet went through, apparently. And there's nothing, there's multiple shooters came out, and snipers, if you shoot someone's ear with that caliber, you're taking most of the ear off.
Well,
you got a fragment.
I had that clown dance around my front room, took out my TV, a picture, and everything else. I mean, bullets make a mess, and for some reason, it didn't make a mess that day. So, magic bullet, magic Zubo, there's a lot of magic going around. That's all I can say.
And I'm this is gonna, I'm fucking hating to say this, but that whole Fuck. Carl Tuckerson. Sorry, I have to go with the different name. He's going into it.
Hey, Austin, how you doing?
Hey, Austin. Yeah. No.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about him. We don't want to talk about him too much. Deconverted Man's got it out.
We got a half an hour before Austin goes on.
We're gonna go see Austin over at TKA. So we're gonna give a little listen to this here, and we're gonna roll out early this evening. Screw all these other guys. We only care about Bigfoot around here. So.
So can somebody real quick remind me what point that guy is making? What's he
I don't know.
making? How does this answer why he's no longer an atheist?
He hasn't come to his first point yet. I don't think
Has he even said he was an atheist? I don't think.
Roll it for a little while and see what the hell he's talking about. I don't know what the fuck.
Okay.
I'm trying to read the transcript.
Regios, Dave is screaming in vertical and horizontal. Most are at the horizontal screen. Yeah, I was going to take one down, but I didn't know how things were working. It's been screwing with everybody this week. Just so everybody knows, I've got both streams going because I didn't want to take one down because I figured it would affect the stream, and I didn't have time to go looking around. It's something new StreamYard is doing this week. I've noticed a bunch of people have the dual streams because they didn't know how to turn the other one off either. They could have told us firsthand before we went on, or just give a button to leave things as it was, not mess with things. But they'd like to do this to us. So thanks, StreamYard. You really screwed up the evening for us. Let's see here.
We're here tonight. Just want to again compliment them. Just how and then all of a sudden it's almost like this little argument starting up, and some of the students are kind of starting to get into it with the teacher, okay, and so that people kind of start noticing that, and then when you notice that it's the good kids, wow, then everybody perks up. That's exciting. So
the good kids are getting into it with a teacher. Well, that makes them not good kids then.
Okay. So the teacher is starting to kind of have some pretty firm interactions with the good kids. Well, the way it developed was these kids, and again, I didn't know they were Christians yet or Bible believers yet, they stayed very respectful. And so that's very important. We need to speak the truth in love.
Here we go. This is nonsense.
What the fuck? Is this from that movie?
Speaking in truth and love. Yeah, this is garbage. This is where the kids are standing up and telling the teacher how it's going to be. Now,
sit down and shut the fuck up.
I haven't been to school in a long time, but I imagine without the same language, that's what you would be told if you're interrupting class. And like I've been told, it's one thing if it's public school that our parents are paying for. It's another thing if it's private school or higher learning where it's college or anything else that you're paying a whole lot of money for, and you're having some kid interrupt class. Now, kid may be right, teacher may be wrong. Doesn't matter, okay? You do not stand up as an authority and disrupt class, especially not on the level of paying for it, because it's baloney. You're not being paid to teach the class. Somebody else is. Now, if they're being paid wrongly, then so be it. That'll work itself out. But you do not stand up and interrupt the class. And that does not make you a, quote, good kid for doing so. I'm sorry. Now, granted, there are bad kids and there are bad teachers or bad classes. Yeah. But most classes are not dealing with this. They are kids that just want to learn their stuff and pass their test, or they're at the higher level where they want to learn the stuff and get that degree. And to say that only the good kids are taking care of things and the bad kids are not, it's a bunch of nonsense, okay? Most classes are taking care of the kids, taking care of the teachers, taking care of the class. They're getting paid to do what they do. And at the end of the day, that's what they do. And if there's a problem, which is rare, those things get worked out by a school board meeting or what have you. And that person is fired or not. And if they are not, then there hasn't been a problem. And I don't see the problem. I really don't. Hello, Tori.
So you skipped ahead, Dave. He's on his third point at 10:38, and you're way up at about 12. But he starts, so he sets it up. What he's talking about? It's about his biology class, right? And I kind of want to hear this. Could you go back to 10:38? Did you?
That's where I'm at right now.
10:38. Third point was, don't be intimidated. I'll read the verse first as. Okay, so anyway, try it.
If we continue on in 1 Peter 3, it talks about gentleness and reverence. So we need to always stay respectful, always speak the truth in love. But what really caught my attention is the biology teacher did exactly the opposite. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It was like a small child in an argument, and so it just really caught my attention. I don't even remember what the exact topic was. But I imagine they were making
biology
points that he couldn't answer, and so he just kind of invoked the authority, that I'm the teacher, you're the lowly student that's not allowed to question anything.
I was in a biology class one time, and I remember my biology teacher saying, "Well, we're going to go with what the biology book says," even though the stuff in it was outdated, because the teacher is not paid to date things. The teacher is paid to teach biology and to teach these answers. Now, if there comes a time where they corrected these things, that's fine, but you're not going to do it on the spot in school. And I don't care if you're a Christian or not, because I was not, and I got the same attitude.
Yeah, no, and they're not paid to basically to teach you what they know. They're paid
or fact check or anything else. Right. Teachers, especially at that level, are not at a higher level. Okay. Yeah. And they're going to go with what the book says, what the answer book
the
says.
curriculum, right? The curriculum that they're paid to basically promote, and they don't want any interruptions.
No. And if you have a problem, there are avenues to address these problems, like a school board meeting, parent-teacher conferences. They have meetings with parents and students and teachers where these things can be brought to light. So I would say time and place, and the time and place is not in the middle of class. Hello, Sue. How you doing?
Yeah. If you disagree with your teacher, you can go to them after class when you're not bothering the other kids.
Right. And that's more than fair.
Then you can discuss as much as you want.
Yeah, there are things that are set up to handle these things. Yeah.
And also, like, if you see your teacher making a mistake, like I've had that in math class, like they mess something up, like accidentally, like pointing that out, that's not a problem. Like, hey, teach, look at that again. And I'm like, oh yeah, like there's a difference in that, but like just saying like, oh, the book says that, but my belief, fuck you, then you're not respectful, then you're just a motherfucking cunt.
And Philo wants to know, does this guy have another story where he owned all the members of his college's atheistic club too?
Yeah, I think he does.
I will tell you one thing about this gentleman. His name is Michael Houts, and it's spelled Houts. So you can Houts, however you want to say it. Michael Houts. You will find him all over the internet giving the same exact talk, same exact jokes.
And it's really
he's got it wrote down. It seems that he was paid by the right person, this Apologetics Press, to, like Mike said, give me enough money and I'll say whatever you want. And that's apparently what this guy did.
I said, but anyway, it was so it really caught my attention. But it's two things. But the biggest two, I guess, were the first one was how the students were acting. Again, they were I don't know how else to say it. Just staying very respectful, reverent, speaking the truth in love, and also how the teacher was acting. And so that really, caught my attention. And so that's an important point to remember. So don't ever be intimidated. Don't let someone.
So this is nonsense going right back to Ken Ham that I've had a problem with, and I've spoken about here and other times. That it's like, You know, who are you to tell kids to interrupt class?
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
That's
like,
what he's
don't
doing.
Don't be intimidated by teachers.
Whether you're right or not, the teacher has a curriculum that they are paid to teach. Okay, and nobody is going, hey, the English teacher got a verb wrong, so the people are standing up in class, and a person in history class didn't get the one battle right, so they're taking over their class, but they seem to want them to disrupt science classes.
Yeah, no, but
I wonder why.
And also, like, didn't he just say, like, Christians behave better? Like, why are you now giving examples of Christians behaving like motherfucking cunts?
Because it's okay if you throw a Jesus in there, then it's okay, right? No, it's not. Don't interrupt class, okay? And if you really don't like your school that much, and you really don't like your teacher that much, there's something that can be done about that too. You can decide to withdraw yourself from that school, from that teacher, and go somewhere else.
And go to a private religious school.
Even not private, another public.
A private religious indoctrination center.
Well, if people made enough of a stink that people were all dropping a certain teacher for some reason, there is obviously a problem. If only one student wants to do this out of a whole school system, then there really doesn't seem to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm also not saying, like, don't look further than what your teacher is telling you. No.
And keep it at the right level.
Everything.
I mean, grade school, high school, college, these are different levels, okay? Something that's touched on in high school, and this guy will obviously say, oh, well, they're shoving evolution down our throats. And it's like, you know, I had a hard time even remembering them mentioning evolution, and so does anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Evolution is not mentioned a lot. Unless you go into a higher learning and a specialization, you're not talking about evolution. Yeah.
It's
it's nonsense.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's a great opportunity because, again, I'm in back. They're the good kids. They're sitting up front. I'm sure none of them have a single, probably to this day, none of them even know that I was noticing anything. And so, again, that goes back to that you'll be having an effect even when
you were noticing something in high school when you were a kid, when you were an atheist. Yeah, here we go. Hey, Austin. Austin's going to head out and head over to Mike's channel and the clash with the Hovendians.
Joe's channel.
Joe's channel, TKA, the Kentucky Atheist. And we will be heading over there in a little bit. Wish you all the luck, Austin. No, you're telling the story about you used to be an atheist thing. You didn't used to be an atheist. You in school level, at school age, were looking to start trouble. So you weren't an atheist, and you weren't a good kid either. So
yeah,
how about that?
And also, like, they always say I was an atheist. No, they weren't. Like, they just haven't given thought about it.
No.
I just found the point that the student was having a problem with the teacher over. The teacher wasn't pointing this picture out, and so the student stood up and said, stood up and argued that this picture should be in the textbook. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think you are having an effect. Now there were, after that point, so now I'm going into high school, had several events in my life that caused me to begin questioning non-believers.
Good. What is it?
Yeah, I'm sure it's the same today. I don't watch nearly as much TV or movies or anything today as I did when I was growing up. But just growing up, you know, it's this glorified lifestyle. You know, the kind of the non-believer, no morals, no holds barred. You know, it's that was kind of really glamorized, really glorified. And so,
no, you don't
really?
Get to do whatever you want to do. No, I knew in my youth that you can only get away with so much, and then somebody's going to step in. It's going to be your parents or your teachers or your club leaders or your coaches or your religious leaders, and then, law enforcement. There's going to be somebody that steps in. Nobody just lets you do whatever you want. And the idea of, I'm sorry, religious folks, but you all are asking forgiveness continuously for your screw-ups, right? So
what the hell school did he go to?
Yeah, you are not being good, and even amongst believers, they will say they need forgiveness for screwing up. So nobody is perfect, and those that go out of their way to not be perfect are causing troubles. Yes. Now kids, kids start trouble. Okay, that's what kids do. Okay. Not saying boys will be boys, girls will be girls, whatever, but it does happen. Okay, these things do happen, and that's why these people are also educated on how to handle children. Okay, so with this disruption and everything of classes, there would be a way to handle it. And if this person kept disrupting class, the way to handle it is usually to send them down to the principal's office or the counselor's office and see what their problem is, rather than holding the whole class or the teacher accountable for it. So, and I think that's what it is here too. And this guy is just, sitting back. Yeah, you disrupt class. I didn't want to learn this science stuff anyways, because I'm an atheist. Baloney. I mean, you're so full of crap, dude. And you're coming from different directions about it. No, I can't. First of all, these things don't happen. Second, if they do, they're only on God's Not Dead movies or whatever. And third, you should not be gloating, nor should you be promoting your children to disrupt classes. As far as I know, when I was growing up, and this is just me, but if I was sent home with a note that said David's disrupting science classes, my parents would have the old sit down at the kitchen table thing and, hey man, why are you disrupting class? This teacher's trying to do their job. These kids are trying to learn something. Why are you disrupting? And I could give my best examples or whatever, and my parents would have told me the same thing that I'm saying now, is that doesn't matter. Unless there's been a proven problem, which, we can bring up at a school board meeting or parent-teacher conferences, etc., that it's probably not the teacher or the class, it's probably you starting trouble. And I, as much as the troublemaker I could be, understanding that kids can do these things, we were probably not right. Okay, we just wanted to start some trouble because we were kids and full of it. Okay, and we've got, hold on. We've got Eric Wander gifting 5 captive desk memberships. And thank you, Eric Wander, for 5 captive desk memberships. And let's see if that's working. We'll go over here. All right. Does seem to be working. Received a gift from Bear, written in Russian, it seems to be. Couscous. Scott Duke. Ember. And Jay Pasick, all desk members now. Hello. Welcome,
Woohoo.
welcome.
Welcome.
We're going to give you, let me see. And switch screens. Let's see.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the skies, till the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
Thank you very much, Eric Wander. You rock. And we also want to acknowledge Fred Harvey, who's dropping 20 of those atheist bucks. What do you mean nobody's perfect? Fred, You're perfect, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Fred, for 20 of those atheist bucks, you also get, let's see, we'll mix it. We just played that one, so we'll roll it around to the other Bigfoot. Here we go. Thank you very much, Fred. You rock, and I hope you have some good toast on it as well. Let me see.
We ain't gonna have time to get to the rest of this, but he starts talking about a guy who was really smart in his chemistry class, and then he got into some kind of drug, and then his teeth rotted and fell out. I'm like, really? I don't think it happens that fast. I mean, it does happen if you're into meth, but not that fast. And then he talks about, how the boys, the atheist boys, they just talk about the girls in a real disrespectful way. It's like only the atheist boys. I grew up with a hell of a lot of Christians who used to say some shitty things about the girls in our class.
I bit my tongue on who acts better, the religious kids or the non-religious kids. When out away from the home, you might be surprised. Is all I can say to that. There and Sandal says
what
that
I've noticed
there may have been a picture of Jesus on that toast. Absolutely, there was. And we scraped it off. Go ahead, Brainless.
Oh my goodness.
Now the thing that I've noticed is like the kids that were that had extremely strict parents at home, they would be the biggest assholes at school, and the people that the kids that had parents that were not that strict, like they didn't need an outlet, so they could just behave at school.
Seems to be that way. Not saying it applies across the board, but
but
does seem to be that way.
Yeah, nothing this guy is observing about the way teenagers act in any, pick a decade, whatever. He's bringing no real data. This is all just top of the head, ad hoc kind of bullshit, from his point of view, from his biases. How about some data, Mr. PhD in nuclear engineering? Why don't you bring some data to this and prove, demonstrate that Christian kids behave better than those evil atheist kids or whatever?
Yeah.
Mary, hello. How you doing?
Hey, I got to bail, Dave. I got to go check out Austin's stream, and I have to do basically support. I got to do some things before that.
We're gonna go check out Austin. Philo says, when your belief system demands that you abandon logic, reason, skepticism, and critical thinking, it's time for a new belief system. And
good point.
You know what? It's also time for hold on, Mike.
For a new stream.
I gotta go.
We gotta play this for Mike leaves.
We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast.
Oh, I needed that, Dave. Thank you.
And
anyway, good night, guys.
For supporting the channel. Good night, Mike. And I'll see you over there. We're gonna send folks over to Joe's channel. He's gonna have a friendly debate, hopefully, going over there. And maybe not so friendly, but we'll see.
I'm gonna post it one more time so we have a link. I think that's it. Yeah, there it is. Good night, guys. We'll see you.
Good night.
There's a link.
Yeah. There's the link.
Go back up. All right. We'll see if he's got one last thing to say here.
If that's all a person is exposed to, that's what they think is normal. That's what they think is the right thing. And so that's where, again, you're
the same with religion.
Everyone, we're all very blessed to be able to have, Christians, I'd say, youth all the way through.
No, we're not.
Senior citizens. We're all very, very blessed to have other.
You are not blessed to have people that are interrupting class. And I've heard this from Ken Ham time after time, that these kids should be heralded and given an award. And they're not. They're being brats, okay? And chances are they are interrupting class for no good reason. This teacher is not standing up there saying, there's no God, and all these crazy things like in God's Not Dead movies. These things are not happening in front of the classroom. They were teaching something that was in the book, and some kid, Christian kid, was saying, well, I believe in God. And it's like, well, that's all fine and well, but you know what? It has nothing to do with the course, okay? So be quiet. If you have a problem, if it's deeply impacting your religion, your beliefs, your psyche, and everything else so much that you just can't take it anymore, talk to your parents, possibly relocate to another school or a private school or homeschool, okay, if you have that much of a problem. But in most cases, most kids do not have a problem because the teacher is reciting from the textbook the same thing they've done for years, the same thing they will do for years. They are also not in particulars, okay? Most of these things in science are barely touched on. You do some experiments, you learn some words and stuff, and most of these fields are not seriously taken apart until you go to the higher level of college, okay? And when you're at that level and you're paying for a certain field to be taught to you, the last thing you want is some kid standing up and telling the professor how things are, okay? You don't have a clue, buddy, okay? The professor does. The professor is in charge, okay? The professor has been given a lot of money. The student has paid a lot of money. Be quiet. Let them do their job. If you've got a problem with it, move on.
Yeah. And the professor had a bit more time to think about all this shit.
Mm-hmm. And you knowing better than the professor. Now, again, we're not talking about college or a high school level here, where these folks just are they're not advanced training. Okay, it's not advanced training. It just isn't. But when you get to the college level and you are doing papers and research and all these things, it is another level. Okay, and odds are these people probably know it better than you do, especially when you're at that level and you're specializing in something. These people absolutely have another level of understanding. So to tell your kid, oh, you're Bobby or Susie, you're just as smart as the professor. No, you're not. Okay. That's why you're paying them a lot of money and you're supposed to be quiet and listen. Okay. And that's why most of the kids in the class are being, or if not all, should be quiet and listening because they paid a lot of money for that class to learn. Okay. Quit interrupting. Yeah. And God's Not Dead is a movie. It's not reality. I've talked with real professors who have stated online for a fact, these things do not happen, okay? I do not remember them happening. They did not happen. We had more happening in other classes, just where kids were acting up. That's all it had to do with. Had nothing to do with the class. And maybe your kid's just acting up. Maybe there's a reason that they're acting up. Maybe you ought to check into why they're acting up. Maybe they need attention for a reason. But it's certainly not helping their grades or anybody else's grades by interrupting class. So don't do that. If you have a problem,
it might just be that they're a cunt.
Yeah, if you generally have a problem, there are avenues to address this. If you are not seeking these avenues to address these problems, chances are there is not the problem you're talking about. The problem is being made up to sell books and movies and speeches like this guy's doing. Okay, you are not special. And I've got all kind of bleep bleeps going off here.
I was wondering who that was. I've been looking around my computer, looking around every little device, and I couldn't find the thing going ding, ding, ding.
You know, I just turned my thing on because I had turned it off for the others while I was getting my tooth pulled. That's why I had it turned off. So I turned it back on, and then I should have turned it back off. So that was my fault. Sorry for being rude. Yeah, I just
hey, Commander.
Pull this guy's face up here. If you watch any of his other talks, He has no personality. He has no. You think after giving all these speeches he'd be good at it or something, but
And I'm wondering if this guy has been just peddling bullcrap for so long he's just dead inside.
It seems to be. I looked around, seeing if he talked to anybody that was worthy of any pushback, and he doesn't seem to be. He only goes in places that give him a pat on the back, say, good job.
Yeah, and I think he does a lot of crowd, like, oh man, your kids are so great. This is a great church. All of these elderly people here, and then the children and the youth, they respect them. Oh, this is just great. What a great crowd we've got tonight. Hey, we're about to pull out the offering plates. He's just, I guess, trying to warm people up to put a good love offering in the plate.
Yeah, I did something looking around. Like I say, I haven't been myself lately. Forgive me. I've had a lot of things going on here. On top of everything else, they pulled my tooth out of my face the other day. Lots of things going on. But I did look around, and he doesn't seem to be anything but one of those folks that has letters by his name. He used to work at places that give him some kind of authority to say, look, this guy was a scientist and he worked at NASA or whatever, and he doesn't believe any of this. Well, who cares? Okay. As Scott has brought up and numerous people have brought up, he doesn't have anything. He's just saying, so I'm special, so I'm telling you these things. It seems to be things that are not true, things that he's totally made up, things that totally didn't happen, things that he saw in these movies and these other channels and these brochures that never happened. It's a bunch of nonsense, trying to throw believers into a frenzy over things that never happened. Okay, they do not happen. And stop getting so upset in a frenzy about it, and stop believing Stoneface here with no emotions and really bad hair that somehow, and yes, I'm going to pick on his hair because he should have fixed that thing right there in the front. I don't know what this is. Fix it. Seriously, get comb, fix it. This guy, now I say, I think I've covered him before. If not, I should have, because he really bothers me. He does have a bunch. He's been on all the major channels, not just smaller ones. He's been on with, I can't think of the name of it, but you'll recognize him. If you pull the guy's name, he's everywhere, but nowhere good. So I'd clearly seen the God's Not Dead and everything else from this guy. As far as what Mike was saying and asking about him, yes, it seems that he did go to these things, but I just don't think he was very good at it. And he wasn't very, very popular or something, and he rejected all of them for some reason, and leapt right into the young earth thing. Why he embraces Ken Ham, Ken Hovind, and all the rest of them over and above the MIT peers that he had, I have no idea, other than he wasn't a very good scientist, and he found an easy paycheck giving these speeches. And it seems to be for a lot of these guys that they weren't the best scientists, and maybe they got a check just giving these talks, and it seemed to them, why not? And that's where they ended up. So I would say that everything that he said is garbage, and definitely don't listen to anything he says. God's Not Dead too. Get a real haircut. Yeah, I don't mean to pick on people's hair. I really don't. But come on, dude. I mean, get a comb, fix your hair. Dental pain is the worst. Trust me, I know all about it. I've had plenty of dental work done. Somebody's saying, you're there longer and an atheist. You are, or they are no longer an atheist. I think you screwed that up.
I think forget the "you're" and just say they're no longer an atheist, and then the because.
Yeah, because they were never a skeptical atheist. Yeah, well, like I say, it goes back to I used to be an atheist, but then he's talking about when he saw other kids acting up in school, and it's like, well, because you're another kid acting up in school. So I don't buy it. Anyway, this guy's really bad. I wish we would have got to a little more of it, but I wasn't feeling up to it, and we're gonna head over to TKA and listen to what he's got to say over there. Hopefully, they've got some good stuff going.
You know, you're not feeling well, and you had your teeth yanked out, and you've been receiving treatments for your troubles, and you still have more charisma than this guy.
And that's worrisome, isn't it? And well, with that, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everybody for the super chats and the gift memberships from Native Atheist, Phil O, Eric Wander, Fred Harvey, and Phil O again. Appreciate you very much for supporting the channel. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for being here. Joe hasn't started yet, so not late. Okay, good deal. I had an ex-girlfriend whose brother was a physics professor and a fundy jerky. He was truly awful person. Yeah. We've all ran into them. Go support the debate. Wheel of Arguments 3x3 debate on the Kentucky Atheist at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to head over there. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Thanks, everybody on the panel. Thanks, Scott and Brainless and Mike. And we hope that we haven't heard from, we haven't gotten any messages. No. We haven't heard from Simos, but we're hoping that doesn't mean anything. And checking, trying to find out. They didn't hear anything from the racing crew either. He covers races and stuff too. So what's going on? I don't know. But we wish him all the well. Could be anything. You know how it is. I will have another round of chemo this week, so wish me luck. We'll see how that goes. And as far as everything else goes, things are as they are, right? I don't want to say it's good or bad, but they are as they are. So we'll see.
Well, I know it's certainly very challenging, and if there's anything I can do to give you strength and cheer along the way, just let me know.
Thank you very much. Yeah, tilting. He didn't cover the race earlier in the week. He wasn't there. I did check in on Fabio, and he was hosting, and I didn't see him. It could have been the week before. Simos did a stream 5 days ago for Brazil. Okay, I know they were doing the one that was in Texas or something, and I could have been busy though. Things have been a blur. It's been a blur for me since September. I mean, with all the things going on, and yeah, a lot of it's been a blur. So being on meds, off meds, different meds, then this doc gives me meds. I just got off meds, and well, try some of these meds. It's like, wait a minute. I just got off all these meds. Now I'm over at the dentist taking some more meds. Make up your mind, will you? So keep your meds to yourself. I'm just kidding. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for worrying about my health. He wasn't on the stream. Yeah, Tilting says he wasn't on the stream. Okay. Yeah, I thought I checked on him the other day and he wasn't there. Fabio hadn't heard from him. So if that had been the week before, it could have been, but it wasn't. Okay. Either way, make sure you check out the description for all the panelists. Links are in the description, as well as helping out. Wanted to get the name here. Momnado in her fender bender. If you could help her out, we'd appreciate it. As well as appreciate it if you could help out Ember with her bills. And if you need a new t-shirt, you should get one from Bree, just because. If you're going to get a t-shirt anyways, you might as well get it from Bree. And don't forget, you can like the channel, become a member, and like so many other people have done. And with that, I am going to call it a night early because we're going to go over and support Joe. Usually we go to 8 o'clock or better. Sometimes we've gone way longer. But I'm not feeling up to it. I need a nap, and I hope everybody else is well. And with that, let's kick out some Captive Desk outro here, and we will see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Let's go to Kentucky. Woohoo!
Without a sound, history speaks in tales of lore, knocking at the captive desk's door. Oh, legends live within these walls, silent echoes in the halls, books and stories on the floor, knocking at the captive desk's door. Oh, captive desk, hold our dreams where reality and no myth seems. In conversations quiet flow, the mysteries untold will know. Legends live within these walls, silent echoes in the halls, books and stories on the floor, knocking at the